Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this explosive edition of entertainment news where the boundaries of celebrity decorum are shattered in the most dramatic fashion imaginable. Picture this, it's a crisp Monday morning in the heart of New York City, the kind of day where the sun filters through the towering skyscrapers of Times Square, casting a golden hue over the bustling streets filled with eager fans clutching their morning coffees and dreaming of glimpsing their favorite stars. The set of Live with Kelly and Mark, that iconic daytime talk show staple that's been a beacon of light-hearted banter and celebrity chit-chat since its inception decades ago under the reign of Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa herself, is buzzing with anticipation. The studio audience, a vibrant mix of housewives from the suburbs, wide-eyed tourists fresh off the plane from Ohio, and die-hard fans who've camped out since dawn, settles into their plush seats, their applause thundering like a summer storm as the familiar theme music swells, filling every corner of the brightly lit soundstage adorned with colorful backdrops of blooming flowers and sparkling city lights. Kelly Ripa, the ageless queen of morning television with her signature blonde bob perfectly coiffed and her designer pantsuit hugging her athletic frame like a second skin, strides onto the stage with the confidence of a woman who's navigated the choppy waters of showbiz for over 3 decades. Beside her, her husband Mark Consuelos, the handsome heartthrob turned co-host whose chiseled jawline and easy smile have melted hearts since his soap opera days on All My Children, flashes that trademark grin, his tailored blazer and crisp white shirt exuding an effortless charm that makes the audience swoon collectively. "Good morning, New York, good morning, America," Kelly exclaims, her voice a melodic blend of warmth and wit, as she waves to the crowd, her energy infectious, pulling everyone into the orbit of her unyielding positivity. Mark chimes in seamlessly, his baritone adding a layer of playful masculinity to the duo's dynamic. "And what a Monday it is, folks, so we've got recipes, we've got giveaways, and we've got some surprises that will blow your minds." The segment kicks off smoothly, with the hosts diving into their usual fare, a hilarious recounting of their weekend escapades, from Kelly's latest Pilates obsession that left her sore but satisfied, to Mark's misadventures attempting to grill a steak without setting off the smoke alarm, drawing peals of laughter from the audience who nod along, relating to the everyday absurdities wrapped in celebrity gloss. But beneath this veneer of normalcy, there's an undercurrent of something electric, something unforeseen lurking just off stage, waiting to erupt like a volcano long dormant. As the camera pans across the delighted faces in the crowd, a young mother bouncing her toddler on her knee, an elderly couple holding hands with the devotion of 60 years together, and no one could predict the seismic shift about to occur. The show's producer, a harried woman in her 40s named Lisa with a clipboard perpetually in hand and a headset clamped over her curly brown hair, signals from the control booth that everything is on schedule, the teleprompter scrolling with cues for the next guest, a rising pop star ready to perform her latest single. Yet, in the wings, shadows stir, whispers among the crew hint at an unscheduled arrival, a guest who wasn't on the rundown, whose presence could upend the carefully choreographed chaos of live television. Kelly and Mark, oblivious for the moment, transition into a light-hearted debate about the merits of avocado toast versus classic eggs benedict, their banter sharp yet affectionate, Mark teasing Kelly about her millennial breakfast habits while she retorts with a playful swat at his arm, the chemistry between them as palpable as ever, a testament to their real-life marriage that's weathered tabloid storms and Hollywood highs alike. The audience eats it up, clapping and cheering, but then, as if scripted by the gods of drama themselves, the studio doors swing open with a whoosh that cuts through the laughter like a knife. In steps Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex in exile, her presence commanding the room like a force of nature, dressed in a sleek white sheath dress that hugs her curves with the elegance of a royal decree, her long dark hair cascading in loose waves over her shoulders, and her makeup flawless of those signature arched eyebrows raised in what could be amusement or defiance as she glides forward, Louboutin heels clicking authoritatively against the polished floor. The audience gasps collectively, a ripple of shock and delight spreading like wildfire. Phones are whipped out, cameras flashing illicitly despite the no recording signs, because who could resist capturing this moment? Meghan, ever the poised performer from her Suits days, smiles that mega-watch smile that's graced magazine covers from Vogue to Vanity Fair, waving gracefully as if this were the most natural entrance in the world. "Kelly, mark a surprise," she calls out, her voice smooth as silk, laced with that California cool she's cultivated since leaving the frosty confines of Buckingham Palace. Kelly's eyes widen, a flicker of genuine surprise crossing her features before she recovers with professional grace, standing to embrace her unexpected visitor. "Meghan, oh my God, what are you doing here? This is incredible." Mark rises too, his smile broadening into something warmer, perhaps a touch flirtatious, as he extends a hand. "Duchess, it's an honor. We weren't expecting royalty today, but we'll take it." The applause erupts anew, louder this time, a standing ovation for the woman who's become a tabloid titan, a symbol of rebellion against archaic institutions, her every move dissected by the media machine with the ferocity of a Shakespearean tragedy. But as Meghan settles into the guest chair, crossing her legs with the poise of someone born to thrones, there's a subtle tension in the air, like the hush before a thunderclap. The show's floor director, a burly man named Tony with a mustache that twitches nervously, exchanges a panicked glance with the producer. This wasn't planned, no press release, no pre-interview vetting, just pure, unadulterated spontaneity that could either make ratings soar or sink the ship. Kelly, ever the quick thinker, pivots smoothly. "Well, America, looks like we've got a royal treat today. Meghan, tell USA what's brought you to our little corner of the world." Meghan leans in, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Oh, Kelly, I've been a huge fan forever. Your show's like my morning ritual, and with Prince Harry off on a solo trip promoting his Invictus Games project in London, I thought, why not pop over and say hello? Plus, I've got this new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, launching jams and jellies that are all about that fresh, farm-to-table vibe, and I figured, who better to share it with than you two?" The conversation flows at first, light and effervescent, Meghan gifting them jars of her signature strawberry preserve, Kelly oohing and ahhing over the elegant labeling, Mark cracking jokes about how he'd slathered on everything from pancakes to his ABS for good luck. The audience is enraptured, hanging on her every word as she recounts tales of Montecito life, the quiet joys of raising Archie and Lilibut amid avocado groves and ocean breezes, the challenges of carving out an authentic path post-royalty, her voice dropping to a confessional tone when she touches on the media scrutiny that's hounded her like a persistent shadow. "It's tough, you know, being a woman of color in the spotlight, fighting for your narrative, but shows like yours remind me why I love this industry, the connection it fosters," she says, her sincerity disarming, drawing empathetic nods from the crowd. Yet, as the minutes tick by, the unscripted nature begins to chafe. Mark glances at his cue card, noting the overrun, while Kelly steers toward safer waters, asking about Meghan's latest Netflix project, a docuseries on wellness and empowerment that's already generating Oscar buzz. But Meghan, sensing the shift, veers off course, her passion igniting like a spark to dry tinder. "You know, Kelly, speaking of empowerment, I have to say your journey from soap star to this powerhouse is inspiring. But let's be real, the tabloids have been brutal to both of us, haven't they? Remember that time they called me difficult for wanting equal billing on my own show? It's the same old story." Kelly chuckles politely, but there's a tightness around her eyes, a subtle cue that this isn't the direction they planned. Mark, trying to lighten the mood, interjects with a quip. "Hey, difficult is my middle name?" asks Kelly after 25 years of marriage. Laughter ripples, but Meghan presses on, her tone sharpening ever so slightly. "No, but seriously, Mark, you've been in this business forever. How do you handle the double standards? Women like us get labeled while the men get a pass." The air thickens, the audience sensing the pivot from fluff to friction, whispers circulating like smoke signals. Kelly, a master of deflection, smiles brightly. "Oh, absolutely, it's all about owning your story. But tell me more about those jams, are they gluten-free?" But Meghan, undeterred, leans forward, her voice gaining volume. "Actually, let's talk about that live episode from last year where you joked about my curtsy. It was funny, sure, but it stung, you know? Like, why reduce it to that?" The studio falls into a stunned hush, The weight of unspoken history's crashing down. Kelly's smile falters for a split second, her quick wit caught off guard, while Mark shifts uncomfortably, his easy charm cracking under the pressure. This is no longer a surprise visit, it's an ambush, a raw nerve exposed in the glare of live lights, and as the argument simmers to a boil, the stage is set for the walk-off that will dominate headlines from coast to coast. The producer in the booth frantically signals cut to commercial, but it's too late. The die is cast, the drama unfolding in real time, a spectacle of egos and old wounds that no amount of ad breaks can contain. And just like that, the morning that started with toast debates erupts into a full-blown celebrity showdown, leaving viewers glued to their screens, hearts pounding with the thrill of the unscripted unraveling. As the tension coils tighter than a spring in a grandfather clock, Mark Consuelos, the unflappable Latin lover of daytime TV, finds himself at the epicenter of this brewing tempest, his usual suave demeanor tested like never before. With his dark hair impeccably styled and his eyes those deep brown pools that have conveyed everything from smoldering passion to paternal warmth on screen and now narrowing in a mix of confusion and irritation, he attempts to reclaim the narrative. His voice steady but edged with authority. Meghan, we're thrilled you're here. Tria, your story is fascinating, and our viewers are eating it up, but let's keep it fun, okay? This is Live, not Oprah Deep Dive Hour, he says, his words laced with that disarming humor that's his secret weapon, eliciting a smattering of nervous chuckles from the audience, who are now leaning forward in their seats, breaths held, as if watching a high-stakes tennis match where every serve could end in a fault. Meghan, however, isn't buying the pivot. Her posture straightens, that regal spine she's honed through years of protocol and public scrutiny refusing to bend, her full lips pursing into a line that's equal parts hurt and defiance. Fun? Mark, that's the problema. Everything's reduced to fun when it's women calling out the BS. You